All right, guys, let's talk about the social cognitive perspective. The bell's about to ring in just a second, so I'll pause when that happens. I'm sorry about that. But anyways, let's keep going. Social cognitive perspective applies principles of learning, cognition, and social behavior to the understanding of personality. So what we're going to be doing is talking about the interaction between people's traits and their social context. Reciprocal determinism can be a difficult concept, so let's talk about what it is. This refers to the interacting influences between personality and environmental factors, okay? And we can interact with the environment in numerous ways, as you can see right here. And some ways that we actually interact with the environment. Interactions between individuals and environments occur when different people choose different environments, when our personalities shape how we interpret and react to events, and when our personalities help create situations to which we do react. In examining our interactions with our environment, social cognitive psychologists emphasize our sense of personal control. And this is the extent to which people perceive control over their environment rather than feeling helpless and that they have no control over their environment and their lives. And there's two ways to study this. We can correlate people's feelings of control with their behaviors and achievements, or we can experiment by raising and lowering people's sense of control and noting the effects. And that's when we would actually manipulate variables. People who perceive an internal locus of control rather than an external locus of control are going to achieve more in school, they're going to enjoy better health, they're more independent, and they're less depressed. Moreover, they are better able to delay gratification and cope with various stresses. Self-control predicts good adjustment, better grades, and social success. People who feel helpless and oppressed often perceive personal control as external and may develop learned helplessness, which we talked about before. That's the idea that if your situation is so bad, you can't get out of it no matter what you do, so you just kind of develop this feeling of, I can't escape this. However, under conditions of personal freedom and empowerment, people are going to thrive. And again, there's learned helplessness, uncontrollable or bad events. There's a perceived lack of control here. And then we have a generalized helpless behavior. Our attributional style, that is our way of explaining positive and negative events, can reveal how effective or helpless that we feel. And students who attribute their poor performance to their lack of ability or to situations beyond their control are more likely to continue to get low grades than are students with a more optimistic attitude that effort and self-discipline can make a difference. Optimists have also been found to outlive pessimists as well as have fewer illnesses. Excessive optimism, however, can lead to complacency and can blind us to real risk. People are often most overconfident when most incompetent, and it pays to invite others' assessments of our competence. The study of personal control and optimism reflects this new interest in positive psychology, which is the scientific study of optimal human functioning. Although it shares with humanistic psychology an interest in fostering human fulfillment, its origins and methodology are scientific. Positive psychology studies positive emotions, positive character, and positive groups, communities, and cultures. And when we assess behavior in situations according to the social cognitive perspective, the U.S. Army has done numerous cases in spy training, seeing how people's personalities can fit and adapt in different situations, that they're not, when they try to blend in, and we have found that humans are very capable of doing that with the right training. And business use of simulations, this personality, this is a picture of Donald Trump right here in front of you, and, the Apprentice and Celebrity Apprentice. This whole idea that people can adjust their personalities or make themselves more forceful in business. Social cognitive researchers observe how people's behaviors and beliefs both affect and are more affected by their situations. And they found that the best way to predict someone's behavior in a given situation is to observe that person's behavior pattern in similar situations. And that seems kind of common sense, doesn't it? Critics argue that the social cognitive perspective focuses so much on the situation that it fails to appreciate the importance of the person's inner traits, emotions, and unconscious motives. Indeed, research indicates that our biologically influenced traits predict behavior at work, love, and play. But at the same time, the social cognitive perspective builds on psychology's well-established concepts of learning and cognition, and it reminds us of the power of social situations. So let's take a look at this chart real quick, comparing research methods for personality. Personality is something that, again, it's an abstract concept. It's very hard to measure, and so these are some ways that we do it. None of them are perfect. A combination of these things is going to give us a really good idea. And that's it.